Hey guys, Yoda Code 43 here today with another car review for you. This is a 2020 Hyundai Sonata SEL Plus 1.6 Turbo. Do a little walk around talking about the basic specs of the vehicle. So this uses an 8-speed automatic transmission, a 1.6-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine with 180 horsepower, 195 pound-feet of torque. This body style of Sonata was all new for 2020's model year. It is a stablemate to the Kia K5 sedan, which also just came out. Typical competition would be, this being closer to a midsize would be like Honda Accord, Toyota Camry, Chevy Malibu, stuff like that. Curb weight is right around 3,250 pounds, plus or minus a little bit depending on the engine selection. I know the base model engine is a 2.5-liter naturally aspirated with, I believe it actually makes more horsepower. I believe it's 190 versus this one's 180, but this one's turbocharged and has a little bit of extra torque over that. Now, the single best feature about this car that I'm looking at right now is this color. It is called glowing yellow metallic. And it is over a black leather interior with red piping on the seats, which I will get to in a little bit. So we'll go over the window sticker here. Sonata SEL Plus 2020. Mileage, 27 city, 36 highway, 31 combined, excuse me. The glowing yellow paint is an option. Then this has the tech package with a sunroof. Up top here, it is panoramic. The front panel moves, but there is also glass over the rear half. The extra carpeted floor mats, cargo net first aid kit, and then the large navigation system with 9-speaker Bose stereo. This has 18-inch alloy wheels with 235, 45, 18-inch Michelin tires. There's this really unique 10-spoke design with a machined face and then black pockets. I really like them. Gas door, I'm pretty sure, is just standard issue pop out. Yep. It's a really smartly styled sedan. I cannot talk today. The taillights integrate into the trunk and with a spoiler as well to kind of create this nice little ducktail that I am a fan of. Very aerodynamic. And then it's also a connected taillight on the back all the way across. I will light these up in a minute here so we can check those out. But you can also see the rear view camera right here in the trunk lid itself. Sonata written across the bottom. But you're looking here and it's like, wait, where's the trunk release? Well, it took me a minute to figure it out, but it's actually in the logo. Not the bottom, not the sides, but you push in the top and it's a little chunk of plastic that's colored the same color as the car that hides it really well. The button itself feels a little bit cheap, if I'm honest, but it works well and it's disguised. Very, very cavernous trunk. I don't have a prayer of reaching the back seats up there. They also have remote releases here to drop them. I assume they fold nearly flat. We'll check that out in a few minutes. Trunk feels solid. There's this nice character line. It goes all the way down the side of the car, as well as this chrome trim, which starts here in the headlights as part of the daytime running lights, which you'll see shortly, and then runs all the way into the beltline trim for the windows, follows the curve around, and terminates back at the mirror. Very unique design features. Now there's a lot going on with this front end. Overall, I don't dislike it with the black grille, but perhaps if the grille design was a little bit smaller, it would be less menacing. It's not bad looking. It looks like a fish, if I'm honest. But all the black grills, the lip along the bottom, the black in the headlights, it's a good look overall. I realize it also has black rocker panel trimming and black trimming on the bottom of the rear bumper as well here, which weirdly circles around where the license plate goes, but that is body colored. Myself, I may have preferred that to be black as well. Exhaust is twin tip exit on the right side, but a single muffler. No fake tips here, they are real. Next we'll check out the lights here. Letting me know I left the car with the key still in my pocket. LED signals on the mirrors. LED signals that also double as part of the daytime running lights up front, which also run down this strip alongside the hood. Now, the camera doesn't show it worth a crap because it's flashing, but it kind of fades away as you get up to the top here. It's really interesting. Headlights are full LED, low beam and high beam. No fog lights to be had here. Tail lights are full LED. Brake lights and turn signals built into the main part of the light, but a perimeter running lamp that runs across the light bar all the way across the trunk as well. This car is sitting here running. I can't even hear it standing behind it. The muffler is that quiet. Up front, you can hear some of the direct injection. Next, we'll have a look under the hood. Hood struts. So, like I say, this is Hyundai Kia's 1.6 liter turbo 4-cylinder, turbo GDI Smart Stream G, it says on top. 180 horsepower, 195 pound-feet of torque. Serviceability is plenty good. Battery, airbox, fuse box, actually laid out a lot like some of the modern Volkswagens I've seen, with washer fill up here and coolant fill right there, and oil dipstick running down through the cylinder head into the bottom of the block. Interesting. Next, we'll check out the back seat. So, these seats are, I'll zoom out a bit here, leather along the edges and suede-like material on the inside. The carpet's of very high quality that I can tell. Panoramic sunroof. Doesn't seem to interfere with headroom too bad. I have about 3 inches above my head back here, which is nice. A black headliner, which I am a fan of. It's a sportier feel. I don't feel too claustrophobic. I have the nice little corner window to work with. The rear windows go almost all the way down, but not quite. Climate control vents in the rear and a charge port as well. Seat back storage on one side. These are hard plastic backed seats. Armrest with cup holders in the middle. Not much else to note back here except for the clever design of the door handle into this trim piece along the door. See it better over here. Door materials are all soft touch, some textured, some They feel like leather, but I know they're not. Not too hard to get in and out of. The doors are very large. You'd have no problem with a rear-facing child seat, and my knees were not touching the seat in front of me. Sound of the doors is nice. Definitely wants to let you know you left with the key in your pocket. So, I've never been in a modern Hyundai before, so I'm sure there's some things for me to cover. The front door has the Bose speakers right here and here. Otherwise standardized controls, nothing out of the ordinary. The handle is kind of hidden in the back of the door here, which is interesting. Average storage pocket at the bottom of the door on both sides. Seat design up front. It's perforated suede in the middle. These are heated only. They are not cooled in this model. Maybe the Limited gets you cooled seats as well. Very supportive, not too firm. Firm, but not overly firm. They feel good. They feel comfortable. A little bit short in the thigh support department. It has a push-button transmission. You have your foot on the brake to shift between gears. Simple as that. Drive mode, step switch down here, and then this is your hill start assist hold. This looks like a place for a phone to rest if you so wanted. Cup holders with grippers. A wireless charging port for your phone down there, in addition to your multimedia, and a charge port USB to get to the radio. Hard buttons for all your climate controls except for the heated seats, which have these. They use the step switches. Okay, I thought they were touch. That's my bad. So it has all hard buttons to adjust everything in here. There we go. Glove box. Doesn't feel too cheap. Well dampened. Smartly designed in climate control vents in here. Very narrow but wide. I'm sorry, they are short but wide, so they get air out pretty well. Then you have the center screen, which is all touchscreen, except it has a hard volume and power button over here, which is good. Works easy enough. So your nav, your map, quickly responds. Works very well, actually. I'm a fan. Your home screen splits your navigation, your radio, media info, and current weather where you are. Interesting. I like that a lot. It's well laid out, and it works very good. You have paddle shifters for the transmission up here. Your phone controls, and then volume and track controls on this side. Your cruise control on the right side, as well as your gauge pages and whatnot on this side. Interestingly designed steering wheel, 4-spoke design, but has this floating appearance to it. It's hard to describe, but it's different, and I like it. And it has a sporty feel because it has nice pockets for your thumbs here, or if you choose to drive with your hands down here. The gauges, it is a full digital cluster in this car. Various things you can look through on here. This is for adaptive cruise, my guess. It also is telling me the weather along the bottom. Mostly sunny and 55 degrees, which I'd have to agree with. It's beautiful out here. Headlights and wipers are controlled on the stalk over here. We'll leave the lights on auto there. So yeah, full digital gauges with your fuel in the bottom left, your temperature in the bottom right. Engine start stop button is right here on the dashboard. Roof controls are up here. Opens about what you'd expect, but having it be all glass is a nice touch. I think that's my new catchphrase in all of my videos is nice touch. I'm going to stick to it. Map lights are all the lights inside are all LED, which is nice. You have an SOS button up here and whatnot. Visors are same material as the headliner. They've got some soft touch to them. They feel very much like the Volkswagen ones. Frankly, they work the same way too. Your vanity lights up here. Heyo. They are also sliders. They do their job well. The mirror appears borderless. It is a self-dimming unit. It has a home link up on the bottom to connect to your garage door at home. I really like how everything's laid out. A couple extra buttons down below here. Your gauge brightness, your lane keep assist, your parking brake is here as opposed to in the center console. Trunk release and traction control are all right here. And your tilt for your steering wheel. Sport appearance pedals and your hood release down below. The sound system is pretty good. I can attest to that. It also has speakers up on the dashboard. And the dashboard's not too deep, so it's not too difficult to clean the windshield if necessary, or clean the dashboard for that matter. I like how it's laid out. I like how it feels. Now it's time to go for a drive. Quickly going over the key for the Sonata. Logo on the back side. Plastic wrapping to protect it from the factory. Lock, unlock, trunk release, panic alarm, and remote start on this model. Also wanted to note before the drive, height adjustable seat belts, which is a feature every modern car should have. All right, so we will shift into drive, put up the window. We're going to turn off traction control for this part. Ooh, different gauges for different modes. This must be sport mode, custom mode, smart, and normal. We'll go back to sport. I like how those gauges look. All right, so now we're going to pull out on the road and hopefully get to go for a little rip. Steering wheel feels nice in the hands, but the leather, if it is leather, feels a little bit on the cheap side, if I'm honest. Okay, so here we go, little 0 to 60. Moves pretty good, not too fast. I like the gauge transitions, those are cool. Also, if I didn't note right away, well, I didn't note it, if you didn't notice it right away in the gauges, the tachometer goes the opposite way. It rotates counterclockwise as you go. Pretty interesting. I like that. It's not a feature you see in many vehicles, at least built in this, or made in this country. Should be in more. Weather's beautiful outside for a mid-December day, that's for sure, here in Michigan. Otherwise, I like how it drives so far. It rides well. There's some road noise from the tires, but this is a little lower end vehicle, technically, even though this is the second highest trim they offer. And it is well equipped. It's built very well. The build quality in here is stellar. I like all the multiple pieces that make up the dashboard. The gaps are all very nice. I like the turn signal click in this car too. Little things, but I enjoy them. Yeah, it's laid out well, it's built well, and everything falls nicely to the hand. It drives fine. I haven't really gotten a chance to test any sort of handling in it, but we'll check it out around this corner up here onto the next road. And the power's all right. We'll check merging power when I get on the highway here in a minute or two. Oh yeah, nice and sharp handling, no drama whatsoever. Step into it. When you ask it to go, it's got plenty of power. No torque steer to note. Maybe that's the lane keep assist actually working against me there, I think is what was going on. Visibility out of the car is quite good. In the front, I like the little windows down here in front of the normal windows. The mirrors are mounted on the doors, so they're not actually blocking part of the view out of the window. Helps with blind spots and, not running over curbs and stuff. Visibility out the back is quite good. Small blind spot at the pillar back there, but not bad. Plenty of rear seat space, as I said. For example, for a rear-facing child seat, that's usually my standard to go to because it applies directly to me. I have a little boy who just turned 1, and every car I drive, I want to make sure it's going to fit him and all of our stuff comfortably. All right, we're going to get on the highway here. Leave a little space in front of myself. Car seems to take bumps pretty well. You feel it through the car, but there's no jarring and there's no unwanted noise to be had. Good effort by Hyundai Kia, for sure. I'm curious to drive the K5 as well. It has a very different style than this. They have really upped their game in the last few years of their quality. Really upped it. Like to the point where I'd consider some of their vehicles now. So we're merging on the highway at 65, and I'm going to plant my foot. It'll move if you want it to. It's got plenty of power for modern traffic. Nothing to worry about there. Certainly not as fast as some vehicles I've driven, but the turbo really helps with the low-end torque. Overall, I like it. So, 2020 Hyundai Sonata SEL Plus. Fun to drive, built very well, very reasonable fuel economy for its class and size, reasonable power for today's modern world and traffic, comfortable seats. I really like the styling. I also just realized that the panoramic sunroof is completely covered. When you close it, there's a shade that comes out of the back and covers it all up. So you don't even know there's a sunroof in here. You don't even know there's a party piece until you open it up. Hope you guys are enjoying what I'm doing. Videos seem to be getting easier and easier for me to naturally go through, not seem so jittery and whatnot, but that's how it is. Like, subscribe, comment, and suggest other vehicles you would like to see, other things you would like me to do on my videos, and stay tuned. I'm always doing more and more as I go. Time gets tight here and there to manage some videos, but I take every opportunity I get. So, otherwise, we will see you guys next time.